Oh, how are ya? People, I thought I was done with Charlie Kirk, but I have watched more videos. Of course, it's all over about the memorial service on Sunday. Unbelievable. Really unbelievable, people. It was more like a evangelism, television evangelism, and a political rally. Those rallies that Trump had. Yeah, it really looked like a Trump rally. So it was a mixture between yeah, evangelism like Billy Graham's kind of evangelism thing. Yeah, really. And Trump's rallies. Unbelievable. I heard people say, well, this they only had 11 days to organize that, and usually something like this, an event like this takes a lot longer. How in the world did they do it? My question is also, would have Charlie Kirk approved this? Would he really have approved it? Well, it looks like his widow did, but then again, she was coming across to me as very fake. Very, very, very fake. Oh yeah, she cried a little bit, but really it's not, I didn't see real emotions. They, they looked fake to me. Very fake. And again, I really looked like she was used. And of course, it's my opinion, I understand. But it was more political. Of course, first, yeah, Christian kind of, oh yeah, and very, very emotional, very, very calculated. The way she stepped on the stage, and she stopped here, and then she moved over and stopped here, and she, acted again so sad and yeah, overwhelmed, and then she finally gets to the podium. It's unbelievably staged. Same with Trump. Very staged. Yeah, it was an extremely emotional um, event. And yeah, people were charismatically drawn into it. I watched Glenn Beck for just a little couple moments, and he was telling how he was there and how the atmosphere was extremely yeah, charismatic, and he felt like some kind of, yeah, was it like, he thinks the Holy Spirit, something was there, which I don't think it was the Holy Spirit, but it was a charismatic atmosphere. And they purposely created this atmosphere to draw in people emotionally, not only people that were there. I mean, this stadium was packed, packed. And even Glenn Beck said, oh, there were people that were walking even away from the stage. Excuse you, from the stadium. Sorry. Because they couldn't get in. For me, it was very, very staged. Looked very staged. And it even drew in people that are usually pretty rational, like Candace Owens. They're usually very rational and think through stuff, and she even was fooled, should I say fooled, by Erica's performance. Yeah, what can you say, after a memorial service? You can't say, oh, well, she, especially Candace Owens, who was very close friends with Charlie Kirk. But yeah, it was an unusual performance. And all along, everything is being covered up. Nobody is really talking, well, people do, question. And this lone gunman is definitely in question, right? Everybody's looking at it now, all the experts, could that really, this rifle really has done something like that? And impossible. The rifle would have shattered the head of Charlie Kirk. And here it was just a small exit wound, or I might call it an exit wound because I saw other videos that said that it was an exit wound and that the shot was really fired from back here and it exited right here. But that was really the exit wound. Also the way he was, the motion of his head while he was shot. It wasn't like, but it was more. Okay, so that means the hit came from the back. So then this is the exit wound. Yeah, but they never found the bullet. Oh, somebody said, oh, it's stuck in actually his head. It was stuck under his skin. All these are misleading people. They're misleading people. This whole event was a misleading people. It was a distraction. It was an absolute distraction and maybe a pacifying of the masses. People that were in extreme, shock and mourning. This is maybe helping pacify them so they keep quiet. And they don't insist on, hey, knowing why in the world this has happened. No, we're just fine, this extreme lefty over here, crazy lefty, right, did this, so we can put it aside. And then Erica even forgives him, so we need to just forget everything and just move on. And no, that's definitely not what should happen here. But it will happen that way. Just like JFK's assassination. Yeah, it was a lone gunman. And for how many years they didn't really look at anything else. Same thing with 9/11. Oh, 21 years we didn't really, only a few people looked at it. And now maybe they're opening up the files once in a, looking at some things. It's been with this things over and over again. Over and over again. Now, what does that have to do with my channel and End Times Prophecy? Because we need to open our eyes. This is an event that is going to be used to fool people more, to get more people on the side of the deep state, and to support all the nonsense that is coming, like the, what do you call it, the restriction of our speech. Freedom of speech. Limiting the freedom of speech. Oh no, we can't, talk against certain groups anymore. We cannot talk about, certain things anymore. Yeah, wait and see. So restrictions and censorship is going to be the result. Of course, it's going to happen anyways, but yeah, of course, think about it. What are they going to use to justify it? Yeah, this they use very clearly to justify this. It's also a distraction from who really killed him. They're not going to look for who really killed him, because it was an insider job. Insider job means who knows who did it, right? Deep state, Israel. If you understand my videos, or if you have watched my videos, I talk about the pyramid of power. Whose interest is it to control everything? Whose interest is that? Well, of course, finally, it's, of course, Satan's job, the fallen angels. But then again, who is using them? Who are they using? That's the way it is. Who are they using? The Masons, Freemasons. Some people say Freemasons. Nobody mentioned the Jesuits, but many people are saying the Zionist Israel lobby. Okay, they had a reason to do it. I've talked about it in my previous videos. I just want to really use this video to make you guys aware of how this all is staged. Again, you should see it. It's another distraction and staging to see how many people they can fool. Okay? And you know what? It looks like they added more people that were not fooled during the pandemic, but all of a sudden they're fooled. Again, there were many people during the pandemic. In the beginning, they went along. It's always the same people, right? And then eventually they wake up. Are they going to wake up this time? People wake up, yes, people are fooled. Especially the so-called Christians. They are shocked, and this is why this has been used. Purposely used to shock people. When you can shock people emotionally, you have to really use fear and pain, okay, to scare people and motivate them. And that's what they're doing. Emotions. Heavy emotions. And that's what's been used here. Yes, I think Charlie Kirk, yes, was sacrificed. It was a sacrifice. And it shows that these people don't stop for nothing. Stop for nothing. He was sacrificed for many things, people. Maybe to make other people aware, do not say anything against Israel. That's one thing. It's used to pull in more people for the Republican Party. And pull in more people to follow these fallen, corrupt churches. Yeah, people run to the church. Come on, come on. Go to church on Sundays and go to the church, to these mega churches, right? These conservative, dispensational, Zionist churches. Come on. So they can be misled. That's another reason how they used it. 3 ways. Yeah, people, it's amazing the world we're living in. I didn't want to watch all this nonsense. It's nothing but a nonsense. But boy, oh boy, what they did with this rally. Yeah, I'd call it a rally. Call it evangelism, whatever. What did they do? I mean, really? What do you want to call it? Hybrid. Hybrid. It was a hybrid evangelism, and rally, political rally. Yeah. Leave it to Satan to come up with something new. Yep. Anyways, I'm coming to an end. And then they're always screaming, oh, the Christians are being persecuted. Well, the so-called Christians are not going to be persecuted, believe me that. Not the true Christians. I mean, not the so-called Christians. Now, the true Christians is a different story because the true Christians are awake and they know what they're playing. They know what's being played here. And thank you for your comments. Thank you so much for your comments because I need to know that I'm not alone in what I'm saying. I need to know that I'm not crazy. And hopefully we still can reach other people. Again, let me know if you just found my videos. It's important for me to know that. So I have some encouragement to continue making these videos. It's very hard to make English videos, believe me. It's very, very hard. Because I don't get any feedback or not very much. And I don't see that I'm getting new subscribers. If you haven't subscribed and you're new, please subscribe. I don't know how many, but I would like to get, should I say that? I don't know. Should I even care? To get 2,000 subscribers. I'm getting pretty close. I think I need 30 more, something like that. But it would be nice. Not that it matters really, because really what matters is that at least we can reach a couple of people for Christ once in a while. People, I'm coming to an end. This is going to be a short video, but I just wanted to do it. Be careful. Be careful if you have seen this stuff, on YouTube with all this propaganda and, oh my goodness, what they have done with this event. Unbelief is all cover up. It's all a cover up. Our politician that are right now in control, they have to support Israel. And they have to cover up any bad things that Israel are doing. Because I'll tell you right now, the next thing they're going to do, they need support to start a war in Iran. I believe that's going to come. Israel will not stop insisting that they will war against Iran. And so our politicians today that are in lead, they know they need to support Israel in that task. Not because Israel is in charge, but because somebody else is in charge, and they will insist that Israel will push this war. See? Pyramid of power, right? Who is above everything? Who is above Israel? Who is above the United States? That's what we need to be thinking about. And there is somebody above the United States. It's called the deep state. People think, oh, the deep state, the Democrats. No, the deep state of the U.S. government. We have not a two-party system. We have a one-party system. It only looks like a two-party. And we have a deep state who is behind everything, pulling the string, making the plans. Who is that? Of course, finally, it's really Satan and his fallen angels. Okay? If you don't believe that, well, you cannot make sense of what's going on. That's the only thing I'll tell you. And then we have, of course, groups, human groups, that are working for the fallen angels and Lucifer. And there's various groups, of course, right? Like the Vatican, like the Jesuits, like the Masons, right? Various groups, the Zionists, okay? And then various groups underneath, like the Bilderberg and all these secret groups. Club of Rome, whatever, okay? They're all working towards the same goal, which is world dominion. There's no doubt. All this is created towards this one goal of world dominion. Yep. No, the United States is not a democracy and, it is the good person. No, the United States is actually not the good person. It is actually controlled by Satan or the dragon. Watch my videos and you will find out. Watch my under playlist Antichrist. Okay? Then you will learn who these end times players are. I don't have time right now to go deeper into it, but that's what my channel is about. It's end times prophecy, end times players. I talk about politically things that are going on today that are leading, that are actually, organized for world dominion under, I wanted to say Hitler, but under Lucifer. It all points to, and they're all acting like just recently, today I heard Trump going to the UN and telling them how bad they are. Yet Trump works for the same people that are running the UN. But he makes it look like, he is on the other side or whatever. No, he is not. He is working for the same people. And he's just allowed to expose some of the things the UN is doing. But he is not any different. And people say, he's going against the UN global government. No. He works for global government. He absolutely works for global government. He wants one global government. He thinks the United States should be that global government. Or the United States should be in charge. Of course. It's the way he treats everybody else, whether it's China or Russia. You better do what we tell you to do, or else. Yeah, and then there's people that just are not listening. Like Russia is not going to listen to Trump, his stupid threats. Neither will China or any of the BRICS nations. They're not going to listen to Trump. You know what? He is learning that, oh my goodness, nobody's going to jump because Trump says jump. But hey, I'm getting off my topic here. I wanted to finish up my video. But people, this has all to do with end times. It has all to do with preparation for this last battle called Armageddon in Revelation 16. It's all a preparation for the Third World War. Okay? It's all a preparation, believe it or not, for the wrath of God coming. Because Satan knows the wrath is coming. Anyways, people, if you are new, watch some of my videos, go to my playlist and see the topics that I have. And I'm coming to an end. I think I'm going to go for a walk. It looks like the sun is coming out, and I haven't gone for a walk yet. And that would be good. All right, it would be a good deed to do. I keep seeing this squirrel run back and forth out there. One would like to know. I need to check my flowers out there. You know how squirrels right now are collecting food for the winter. I don't know if that squirrel is getting some things back here. I have no idea. Anyways, I just needed to say that. Because I see this squirrel now for the 4th time running by my house here, by my window. People, wake up, watch out, question everything, get information, and just do not let yourself be pulled along with all this nonsense. There's a lot of nonsense going on. Be prepared for Jesus if he is coming this year. We still have a day left. I don't think he will, but again, I don't know. But be prepared all the time. Prepared means that you follow him, that you offer yourself a living sacrifice, and that you are transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's being prepared. Coming to an end, let the Holy Spirit guide you always.